IVM.
You are the most valuable investment you will ever make. Hi, I'm Zarina Poonawalla, your leadership coach, life coach, and emotional intelligence coach. You probably know me from the Empowering series, and this is my new show, the Life Manifesto with Zarina Poonawalla. I'm going to coach you to be the best version of yourselves. So get ready to create, attain, and manifest the life you've always desired and make it your reality.
Love. What is love? Love has been depicted for us in so many ways, but did you know, by the dictionary meaning, love is nothing but an intense feeling of deep affection. That's right. And yet I'm going to ask you again, what is love? Because I think we got this word really messed up in our heads. We have an idea about what love should be, but I don't think we know what love really is. I've heard parents who have very high expectations from their kids, and they're extremely strict, and they say that's our form of love because we want our child to conquer the world, and I guess that's their love for them, right? Or let's take a toxic relationship where your partner says, I'm insecure about you because I love you, or I'm aggressive with you because I love you. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hit you, but you know how much I love you. Maybe even the contrary, right? If you love me, stop doing this. If you love me, start doing that. You don't love me because you didn't buy me that car, you bought this other one. You don't love me. You promised me that, but you bought me this. What I really understand in the way people choose to love is that for some, love is missing someone bitterly. For others, it's spending your happily ever after, so to say, with someone. For some, it's not being able to live without someone. And for others, it's having control and molding someone into the version you like best. But in every version, it's more about you than about the one you love. Think about it. Think about it a little. Now really, you think this is love? I'm not sure. These are just terms and conditions, rules and regulations, do's and don'ts, high expectations, aggression, insecurity, constant attention, demands, entitlement, ownership. Love may be many things, but it's not all of this. Trust me, it's not. And if that's your idea of love, then I really think it's high time you redefine love for yourself. Because I can guarantee you one thing, this is the perfect way and the perfect definition of how not to love someone. Because all you really want there is control. You want to see a piece of you in somebody else. So it's all about you. So if I were to redefine love, first I'm going to ask you, why don't you take a minute, pause a little bit, and redefine the way you have loved in your life, or the way you have been loved in your life, the way you felt good about love. There could be times, there could be moments, but think about it. Just give it a thought. When I say redefine love, I mean love is what we make of it. It is how we define it. It is how we can redefine it every now and then in a relationship, in your relationship, you know. So for instance, when you start off, you just fall in love, you're freshly in love. There's attraction, there's sexual tension, there's a lot of attention, and there's plenty of conversation, right? And you grow in love. And when that happens, you probably get to the next phase. That phase of love may be all about support, connection, compatibility, growth, inspiration. And then further on, love becomes an unbreakable bond, a companionship. It is you enjoying each other's presence and the little banter and bickering, and not necessarily in this order, but love is being able to enjoy different chapters with the same person or even different people. But love does not remain the same throughout your journey of loving, and that's why it's important you redefine it in every phase, in every chapter. And if you can recognize this, you can understand this, then you will know that love is not conditional and love is not about you. it's about them. Imagine this: when you love someone, you go out of your way to do the best things that you can to make them happy, right? But sometimes you just fall short. You fall short, and that's because you may buy your mom the most expensive piece of jewelry for her birthday. But really, what would really make your mom happy and feel loved is probably you just removing time from your busy schedule and spending some good time with her, quality time with her, right? It may not be that piece of jewelry. Or your partner. You're trying to give your partner the best experience and take them on this really expensive date, thinking it'll make them happy and they'll feel loved. But probably all your partner really wants is cuddling with you, maybe on the couch with a movie on Netflix and popcorn and some real undivided attention. In your definition of love, you will notice it's mostly about how another person makes you feel or fulfills you emotionally, physically, financially even. It's about what part of you is getting something from them, isn't it? And that's why we try to make people happy, make them feel loved in the best way we understand our understanding of love. But what we really miss out on is, what do they want? What do we do for them? True, real, honest love is about true, real, honest love. Is not about what you can get from it. It's about what you can give to it. And while I'm at it, let me also tell you what love will always be. No matter how you choose to redefine love, no matter who you love, I truly believe love has a foundation. A very, very strong, solid foundation. Irrespective of all else. Irrespective of sexual tension or great sex or intimacy or compatibility and whatnot. Couple of things just make love so much more beautiful, and they just remain the foundation in every phase of any relationship. Remember, these need to be constants in your life. So this is something I've learned over the period of time, that a few things always build a relationship, and they will always do so even in the future. Respect, trust, integrity, compassion, intention, and commitment. And without these, I think in my definition of love, it means nothing. Love is respect, a mutual respect. Love is trust, maybe not a blind trust, but a trust. Love is integrity, having character when you connect, when you speak. Love is compassion, feeling the pain, feeling the happiness, feeling the joy, mirroring your partner's emotions every now and then, feeling what they feel. Love is intention. Why are you with somebody? Are you with somebody because you're lonely, because it's a rebound? Why are you with somebody? Is the intention to purely make them feel special, purely give them something instead of taking something from them. And commitment. Naturally, we all know the importance of commitment in anything we do. Love can happen. It can happen once and twice, and a few good times even. And every time you experience this deep emotion, you may grow out of love with someone. You may feel it deeply, and you may grow out of it as well. And that's okay. That's really okay. But be kind enough. Be kind enough to let them know and let them grow out too. No matter who you are with, no matter who you love and who loves you, you need to know this. You give love meaning, so give it your best one. Understand love beyond what you've grown up watching, and think about your role in another's story without compromising your own. And that's important. Think about your role in another person's story, in their love story, without compromising your own life, your own role, your own story. Learn to love yourself, be secure about who you are, and don't try to prove your worth constantly in a relationship. That's not love. That's latching. That's latching yourself to somebody and not letting them go, trying to prove who you are. Love is not always sacrifices and compromises. No, I don't think so. Love is also growth and encouragement. Love is not being the way you were when it all started. It's adapting and building each other as you go on. Love is not meant to be claustrophobic. It's being uncaged and coexisting in your own world, in their world, and in a world where you are together. Coexisting, living your own life, respecting their life, and having a life together. So, my precious people, love honestly, love wholly, compassionately, but love with a true meaning and an even truer intention. And every time you question what love is, redefine it for yourself. Think about it again. It's probably not all the things you've always thought. Some people may love you for the way you are. Some people may love spending time with you. Some people may love being around you. Some people may love what you can do for them. Some people may just love you. So figure out which kind of love you're really in and which kind of love you're really attracting. Redefine it every now and then. Okay, my precious people, so if you like this podcast, you can like and rate our podcast as well. You can also click on the notification bell to get to know as soon as the latest episode drops. And do subscribe to this podcast. It's going to be very helpful. It's going to be helpful for me to reach out to people just like you. And it's going to help me reach out to people who enjoy these little golden nuggets once in a while. And it will be very, very helpful. It'll go a long way for me. It'll go a long way for us. And you can actually help more people become aware of the Life Manifesto with me, and they might benefit from it as well. So please don't forget to like and rate this podcast. Do what you love and do it often. And if you don't like something, please go ahead and change it. The power is within you.
Thank you for tuning in to the Life Manifesto with me, Zarina. If you find the show useful, then please share it with your friends, family, and co-workers. You never know. You may just help someone become the best version of themselves. And if you want to align your life with some signature masterclasses, certification courses, and live sessions with me, go check out and download my app, Life Manifesto with Zarina Poonawalla. Available on Play Store or Apple Store. And if you have any suggestions or anything that you would like to share with me, get in touch with me on my social media handles. I am at Zarina Poonawalla on Instagram and LinkedIn, and at Zarina Speaks on Twitter. See you in the next episode.
Hey everybody, it's been another great week on the IVM Podcast Network. On Cyrus Says, good friend of the show, good friend of Cyrus and myself, Mangalam Mallu is on. He's the assistant editor and anchor at CNBC TV 18, and he and Cyrus discuss how the budget of 2022 affects us all. On This Round is on Me, we flipped the script as Gauri is a guest on her own show. Check it out as Kavita Rajwade, my co-founder at IVM Podcast, hosts this very special episode. On Misconduct, Ragvi and Nisha are joined by Priya Mirza. She's the host of the Longest Constitution podcast. They take a close look at the former Prime Minister of India, Indira Gandhi. On Audio Gyan, Kedar talks to Dr. Simin Patel. She's the co-founder of the Bombay Wala Historical Works. She talks about how she picks out the most interesting stories to showcase. And on Tede Mede Raste, Keshav tells us the amazing transformation of the ravaged land of Purnapani. Do follow us on social media. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Also, please do tell a friend. It really does help us when you spread the word about our podcast. And I'd also like to ask you if you could rate or recommend wherever you listen to our podcast. And speaking of where you listen to this show, if you're on an Android phone, do check out our new Android app. We have a brand new app with a brand new listening experience. Definitely check it out. I think you will enjoy it. And finally, we'd like to thank our sponsors this week, Bank of Baroda and CoinSwitch Kuber. Thank you so much for making this possible.
Love fighting?
We've got you covered.
Check out our show, The Fighting Goat, where we, the voices of the internet, Arjun Chipalkatti and Somesh Kamra, bring to you crazy weekly action on your favorite combat show, The Fighting Goat.
Be it commentary, breakdown, predictions, analysis of styles and techniques.
And of course, your round of favorite fighters.
You can listen to us every Thursday on the IVM Podcast app, website, and all major podcast streaming platforms.